Hey guys, we're here with our Week 8 battle of the National Pokemon League, the NPL. I am the coach of the Reno Regis, and this week we take on NerdyOutlaw and his Columbus Carnivines. Nerdy will be in the description below. He's definitely had a rough season so far, but he's an awesome dude, so make sure you guys go check him out, because I told you to. But anyways, we will go over what the Carnivines have drafted for this season. They have Mega Charizard X, Gengar, Terrakion, Fortress, Gastrodon, Rhyperior, Rotom Fan, Aerodactyl, Azelf, Ambipom, and Quillfish. My team, of course, is Mega Venusaur, Jirachi, Togekiss, Hydreigon, Tentacruel, Dugtrio, Sneasel, Rotom-Mow, Chandelure, Archeops, and Sock. Now, looking at his team, there are three very scary offensive threats, and that's those first three Pokemon right there, Mega Charizard X, Gengar, and Terrakion. So, and particularly I'm afraid of Mega Charizard X and Terrakion just because I have very few switch-ins to them. Like, I have Tentacruel, which, on paper does the job, but just isn't physically defensive enough. And Mega Venusaur is pretty much my best option, but I need Mega Venusaur to do something else this week. You guys will see in particular what it's meant to do. So, the first thing I wanted to make sure that I had on this team was something that can handle Mega Charizard X and Terrakion worst case scenario, and that mod, of course, is Dugtrio. So here we have Richard holding the Focus Sash with the ability Arena Trap, has the moves Earthquake, Sucker Punch, Toxic, and Stealth Rock with 36 HP, 252 attack, and 220 speed with a Jolly nature. That amount of speed will outspeed his base 115 mons at max speed Jolly, which are Azelf and Ambipom. Hold on, my phone is ringing. Somebody from Kalamazoo, Michigan. So, if anybody knows anybody from Kalamazoo, Michigan, shout out to them. But anyways, Earthquake and Sucker Punch are dual stab that hit his entire team because the only things that are off the ground are Gengar, Rotom, Aerodactyl, and Azelf. Obviously, Sucker Punch is really good against the Gengar and the Azelf. Now, I debated on putting Stone Edge on this set just so I can hit the Rotom Fan and the Aerodactyl, but I expect them to come less, and even then, a Sucker Punch is still going to hurt. And Toxicking those things wouldn't be a bad idea either. I could set up rocks on them potentially as well. So that is going to be a Dugtrio this week. It's really meant to revenge kill the Charizard and the Terrakion. A combination of Earthquake and Sucker Punch will kill all forms of Charizard and Terrakion, unless they're like physically defensive, in which case they're probably not setting up anyways. But anyways, that is going to be our Dugtrio set this week. Next up is our Jirachi Superstar, holding the Light Clay with the ability Serene Grace, has the Psychic, Reflect, Light Screen, and Healing Wish, with 252 HP, 100 defense, and 156 speed with a Timid nature. That amount of speed, I believe... What is that outspeed? It might outspeed Rotom Fan, I think is what that's meant to outspeed. But don't quote me on that. But anyway, Psychic is my only offensive move. It's the only one I really need. He doesn't have anything that necessarily resists Psychic in a way, other than the Azelf and the Fortress, but even then, those two mons don't really appreciate a pretty powerful Psychic coming from a base 100 special attacker. Reflect and Light Screen because, as I said, he has those really good offensive mons, and being able to shut those down by in a passive way is going to be pretty important. And then Healing Wish is just because Jirachi isn't putting too much of an offensive presence, so Healing Wish something up later might be useful as well. I originally toyed around with possibly going Magic Coat to handle the Fortress, but I ultimately decided the Healing Wish was going to be better. The next one on this team is Nanobane, our Mega Venusaur, holding the Venusaurite with the ability Thick Fat, has the moves Giga Drain, Hidden Power, Fire, Toxic, and Synthesis, with 252 HP, 64 defense, 176 special attack, and 16 speed with a modest nature. That little bit of speed guarantees that I outspeed both Max Speed Jolly Fortress, which he has run before, so I really wanted to make sure I outsped it. And then, and it will also outspeed Max Speed Jolly Rhyperior. Giga Drain and HP Fire annihilate the Rhyperior and the Fortress and the Gastrodon. They also help to hit the Terrakion. And overall, there's nothing on his team that resists Grass necessarily besides the Charizard. And then the Gengar, but Gengar is going to take a lot. Oh, I guess Rotom as well. And then Rotom will still take a lot from Giga Drain. And I can Toxic the Rotom as well. So really this thing is meant to spread around some Toxic because once the offensive mons are out of the way, I really am concerned about his bulky mons, and notably Gastrodon, and Quillfish. I guess I can't Toxic Quillfish as well, but a Giga Drain and Quillfish is going to be pretty important. Toxic is just a good neutral play to go for because I don't think he'd switch in a Gengar on my Mega Venusaur. Or really, he might switch in a Fortress, but that's why we have HP Fire. So really just spreading around Toxic is going to be pretty important, and then Synthesis is Fire Recovery, of course. Next one on this team is our Hydreigon. Triforce, holding the Choice Scarf with the ability to Levitate, has the moves Dark Pulse, Draco, Meteor, Surf, and U-Turn with 92 HP, 252 special attack, and 164 speed with a Timid Nature. That amount of speed will outspeed a Choice Scarf Rotom Fan if he decides to bring that. It will also outspeed normal Rotom Fan if my Choice Scarf gets knocked off. So Dark Pulse is really good for his team. I originally had Rotom Mel, but after doing some tests, I struggled against Psychic, the Psychic coverage he could potentially have on his team. Notably, Stab Psychic from Zell. The test I had, my opponent brought Psychic on Gengar, and I really struggled against it. So I figured that this was going to be better than Rotom Mo, because Giga Drain on Venusaur is doing the same thing that Rotom Mo was meant to do, which is exploit Nerdy's grass weaknesses. But Dark Pulse and Draco is for dual stab. Dark Pulse hits everything except the Terrakion for at least neutral damage, I believe. Yes, and then Draco is for something to hit the Charizard better, if it's, obviously if it's not at +1, because otherwise it'll outspeed me. Surf is to be able to hit the Terrakion while also being able to hit the Rhyperior for quad effective damage, and then U-Turn is for initiative. So, a decently basic Hydreigon set this week. Next up is, we're finally bringing back Toucan Sam, our Archeops, and he is holding the Choice Scarf as well with the ability to defeat us. Has the moves Stone Edge, Knockoff, Earthquake, and Hidden Power Grass, with 248 attack, 16 special attack, and 244 speed with a Hasty nature. Hasty is plus speed minus defense, if you guys did not know. But that amount of speed will outspeed a Choice Scarf Terrakion if he decides to bring that. I really wanted something as a backup to kill the Mega Charizard X if it decides to get up to +1, as well as a Scarf Terrakion. So Stone Edge and Earthquake deal with them. Knockoff is to be able to hit the Gengar and the Azelf mostly. And then Hidden Power Grass is to be able to hit the Rhyperior and the Gastrodon. Gastrodon obviously switches in really easily on the Rock-type moves, so I want to try to catch him by surprise by using Hidden Power Grass instead. Offensive Archeops set this week, I think it'll put in some work. The last one on this team is our Tentacruel, holding the Shuka-Berry with the ability Liquid Ooze, has the moves Scald, Giga Drain, Rapid Spin, and Haze with 252 HP, 212 defense, and 44 special attack with a Bold Nature. I believe that little bit of special attack was to guarantee that I'm OHKOing max HP Gastrodon with a Giga Drain. If he's max HP, max special defense, I will not, but I will 2-hit KO instead, and he can't really touch me because I have the Shuka-Berry. Shuka-Berry is to be able to deal with the ground-type moves he has on his team, notably stab moves from Gastrodon and Rhyperior, as well as the fact that Terrakion commonly runs Earthquake, Charizard commonly runs Earthquake, things like that. Scald is for stab, Giga Drain is so that Gastrodon doesn't wall me completely, Rapid Spin is to get away the hazards, and Haze is to stop the Charizard or Terrakion potentially from setting up. Rapid Spin was detrimental on this team because without Rapid Spin, the Focus Sash on Dugtrio is useless, and there goes my best revenge killer for the Charizard and the Terrakion. So, a decently basic team this week, but that is going to be the team we are bringing for this battle against the Columbus Carnivines. If you guys did enjoy this video, a like and a subscription would be much appreciated. I want to give a huge shout out to Jazz, who made our awesome Reno Regis logo that you guys see in every NPL team prep video and every NPL battle video. His YouTube and Twitter will be in the description below, so make sure you guys go check him out as well. But anyways, guys, that is going to be it for this video, and I will see you at the battle video tomorrow on Sunday. Later.